is right. All right. Ucha Uben Nefer, Good Rising, Great Awakenings. And welcome to those of you joining in on Melanated People. This is my first time going live there. Okay, so as the announcement said, today we're honoring the sun moving into Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is the 13th constellation along the ecliptic, the 13th zodiac sign in the 13-month sidereal astrology system. And here at HeruScopes, we refer to Ophiuchus as the cosmic force of Imhotep, the ancestor Imhotep. So let's see, the 13-month astrology system is based on the actual motion of the sun and the planets through the constellations, whereas the Western system is man-made and is actually based on the Earth's orbit around the sun, which they divided into 12 equal sections and named each one after a constellation. However, that is not how the sun and the planets move in reality. And the 13-month system has each constellation, the sun is in the constellation a different number of days. We just entered into Ophiuchus yesterday, and we were in Scorpio for 7 days. So Scorpio is only 7 days long, and Virgo is 45 days long. And I have not even memorized the length of the other signs because there's no structure. But time moves forward 1 day every 70 years, and that is due to the precession of the equinox. And we know this is true because we have seasons. So anyway, let's get on with the reading for today. So I open up these astrology sessions with the crystal sound healing bowl, singing bowl, that's tuned to the root chakra. And I'm going to go counterclockwise because that's the direction for opening and removing blocks. And if you want to join me with some ohms, please tune in. Looks like I might have a question there. Kimberly, Gemini. Good morning, Kimberly. All right, now let's move on to the sound healing for today. And I am not really sure why, but the chimes are not showing up. Oh, there's a question. Oh, thank you. Yes, it feels really good, the vibrations. So now I have, Great Awakenings. I have these chimes here that are tuned to different planets, and YouTube can only see one of them. I'm going to have to get some help with this setup. But anyway, each one of these chimes is tuned to a different frequency. So I have one for the sun. I have one for the earth going around the sun in 1 year. I have one for the earth spinning on its axis in 1 day. I have the one for Chiron, the asteroid Chiron, which is the wounded healer. That represents Imhotep or Ophiuchus. And then I have a big one for Sedna, which represents healing domestic violence and sexual assault. So a little bit about Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is the 13th month, 13th constellation along the ecliptic. It's the 13th zodiac sign. And it's symbolized by a man a man about to step on the back of a scorpion, which represents Scorpio. And he's got a snake wrapped around his leg, which represents our life force energy. Some people say represents our sexual energy, our lower vibrations. And during Ophiuchus, it's the time for healing. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. And Imhotep is the actual father of medicine, not the Hippocrates, who stole from Imhotep. And so during this time, it's from November 30th till December 18th. It's the time for healing. I know a lot of the astrology readings are focused on war and Satan and all this other stuff. And Scorpio is really the time for healing from lower vibrations and attaining higher consciousness. So we've just come out of that 7-day intensive, and now we're in the time for deep healing. So this offering of the sun and Ophiuchus with a little bit of Sedna is that we're able to heal globally. Heal globally. Oh, here it is. From all lower vibrations, assaults, violations, abuse. We're able to heal ourselves, the self-healing journey. And as each one of us heals ourselves, then that's how we can heal the planet. So for all of you that are tuning in, this is for you, and that you're able to radiate health and well-being in your day and in your life. Because it starts within. I've been learning a lot about it's not to focus on what we're attracting, but to focus on what we're radiating out, what we're sending out, because that is what will come back to us. So it's up to us to raise our vibrations, keep our vibes high, keep our minds high, keep our hearts pure, so that we can radiate purity and love and wellness and bring that into us. So at HeruScopes, each one of these tones has a deity associated with it. So we have Ra, Geb, Ta'ert, Imhotep, and Sedna. So you're Uja. So you're going to hear me chanting these deities' names, these cosmic forces of energy, these netters. Netter is where the term nature comes from. Uja. Oh, Chiron in Cancer. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's powerful. It's important to heal yourself so that you can heal your family. It's beautiful. And then after I do the astrology sound healing, we'll have some time for pendulum readings. So let me get on with this because it's 50 minutes to go. Okay. Duara, Dua Geb, Dua Ta'ert, Dua Imhotep, Dua Sedna, Nukpura, Nukpugeb, Nukputaert, Nukpu Imhotep, Nukpu Sedna, Nukpura, Nukpugeb, Nukputaert, my creativity spreads around the world, spreading love and light, sharing truth and wisdom, healing of the land, healing of the nations, healing our minds and our hearts, washing away the pains of the past, letting go of attachments, letting go of the past, to run, to a gap, to a tart, to a Imhotep, to a Sedna, Nagpura, Nagpugep, Nagputart, Nagpu Imhotep, Nagpu Sedna. May these sound vibrations resonate inside of you and activate inside of you your healing and your healing powers. To heal ourselves and heal the world. Yes, sending good energy, radiating abundance, love, and wellness. All right, so now as promised, we're going to move on to pendulum readings, and then I'll probably do some more sound. I'm not so sure about my transmission on melanated people. If anyone is still there, can you are you receiving this transmission? It looks kind of choppy, but you're still there, so I guess it's working. Okay. I get a little closer. So, I'm 60 years old and I wear these amazing pinhole glasses, if you're wondering. They force your eyes to focus instead of magnify what you look at. My name's Kalia. I'm a Capricorn from Australia. Will I be with my secret crush? Okay, so before I start with these pendulums, let me let you know that you can only ask yes or no questions, and they're really, the way that I do the readings, they're really to help you remove energy blocks. Like if you have a block, we can do a reading to help you remove the block. Now this woman's question is, will she find her crush? So let's, we can work on that. Is Kalia going to meet her crush? It says yes. So that's a good sign. Let's see any more. Okay. Yay. Okay. So let's see. Are there any other questions? Will I find a new home soon? Okay, Jen. Now, there's lots of things you can do to find a home. And I don't know if you're into rituals, but if you make an offering to Yemaya, the goddess of the Orishas, the Yoruba tradition, she can definitely help you find a home. And you make an offering of watermelon. I make offerings of watermelon seeds, but that's my first recommendation. So the question is, will you find a home? Of course, you will find a home. The question is, have you been having a problem finding a home, and why? That's what I would address. But let's go back. Will I find a new home soon? Okay. So I can read the name. Jen. Okay. Will Jen find a new home soon? Yes. I mean, of course you're going to find a home. But the issue is, how are you going to get the home? You don't want to just find a home. You have to be very specific when making requests from the universe. So I recommend you know, like a vision board of images of how you want the home to look. You make a list of the qualities you want in the home. I like to chant, so I would get like a piece of graph paper and draw the house. I've done this before. It worked. I drew out the house that I wanted, my dream house, and then I would sit in front of my altar, your ancestor altar, your whatever type of altar you have, and then you would chant for 10 or 15. And I learned this from Japanese Buddhists at the Soka Gakkai. And at the time I was chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Because if you have an obstacle to finding a home, it could be your RU, it could be your karma, it could be something from your past life. So these type of readings are to help remove those type of blocks. But anyway, anytime you chant, you could say 5 or 10 minutes. Then you color in a square. And then after a while, the house that you're looking for will manifest. And that's how I ended up with my home in California. So it definitely works, okay? So let's see, is there a block to her getting a home, finding a home? Okay, it says no. So there's no block. So what all you need to do is get the image perfectly clear in your mind of the house you want. Because of course you're going to find a home. You could walk down the street and find a home that you like, but you want to get the home. You want to buy the home or rent the home. You have to be very specific. Make a vision board, or like I said, get some graph paper and draw it out exactly the way you want it. Make a list of all the qualities you want, and then meditate 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, or chant. You know, there's lots of chants. The Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, there's chants to Lakshmi, the offering to Yemaya. You can make an offering to Yemaya every day. You can listen to Yemaya music every day for 10. Whatever ritual you choose. That was what I recommend, Jen. Okay, let's see. And if I missed you, please post it again. Okay, this one. Do I need to end my relationship with Ray? Okay, so I could do this pendulum reading. I could say yes or no. But we really need to get into why you are thinking of ending the relationship, because it might not be this person. If you're like me, you tend to keep attracting the same person, the same energy. And so you really have to look at yourself. You know, that's what I recommend. But I will do this reading and then we can chat about it. Should this person end her relationship with Ray? Okay, it says yes. All right. So the next thing is there something inside of you that Uja Shadow, the music artist, and I love all. Uja for tuning in. So the reason you have to figure out why should you end the relationship. Is it something? Let's see. Is there a block coming from? And I'm sorry, I can't read your name. You're Young. I'm just gonna say Young because I'm not very good at I can't see the letters are faded. The bright ones I can read, the faded ones. Okay. So the reason this young person is having an issue with this relationship, is it coming from energy in her aura? Yes. So it could be that until you clear this energy in yourself, you're going to keep having this issue in other relationships. I'm at the point where I've decided to just work on myself instead of ending the relationship and then having the same problem. Okay. So is this, oh, and you can't see the pendulum. Is this a block coming from the maternal lineage? Yes. Is it a block coming from the paternal lineage? No. Okay, maternal lineage. All right. So that would mean something happened in your maternal lineage that created the block that's causing you to have the relationship issue with Ray. So it may not even be Ray. It could be. I mean, he could be violent, abusive, etc. But even that is attributed back to your energy. That's how I look at this energy work. It's never the other person, it's always us, because we're creating this experience so we can learn the lesson and get closer to Nebuchadnezzar, to the divine. All right? So maternal lineage. How many generations back? One generation? No. Two generations? No. Three generations? Four generations? 5 generations back? 6 generations back? Okay, so 6 generations back in your maternal lineage, something happened that's causing there to be a block with this in the relationship you're having now. So it doesn't matter what it was or who it was. We just put our hand, hold it parallel to you, and just raise it up and say that we are removing any blocks from our maternal lineage 6 generations back that's causing an issue with Ray. Okay? Uja. Kayla. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm doing pendulum readings right now, and then I'll close out with another sound healing. Okay. All right. So, are there any blocks coming from her current lifetime that may be contributing to the relationship issue with Ray? Okay. Preconception. No. Conception. No. Labor. No. Birth. Okay. So according to this reading, something happened during your birthing that is contributing to the challenge in the relationship you're having with Ray. So you could reflect on your birth. You know, maybe it was traumatic. Maybe you were separated from your parents. Maybe you were in intensive care. I mean, I don't know. But the details don't matter. What matters is that we remove the block. Uja Basiranda. I'm doing pendulum readings right now, and then I'll get back to the astrology. So right now we're just trying to remove the block that occurred at the time of your birth that's contributing to issue in relationships. It could be you had the same type of issue in other relationships. It's energy. It's all energy, and it's our energy. It's not the other person. It's how we respond to the situation. It's how we respond or react. So we want to respond from a wholeness and peace and love. Okay. And last but not least, is there anything in her chakras that, oh, I forgot one, past life. Is there anything in her past life contributing to this block? Okay. Yes. One past life ago. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again. So according to this reading, 6 lifetimes ago, something happened in your life that is contributing to this block. All right. So we're going to remove the block. And again, you just journal on your feelings about this person. Maybe you were involved with this person in the past. You just have to ask yourself and find out. So even though it said, yes, you should end the relationship with Ray, I feel there's work you could do on yourself that would eliminate this block. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take a few more questions. I'll take a few quick questions, and then we'll get back to the chanting. And if you'd like to receive a personal reading, personal astrology reading, or personal pendulum reading, just hit me up. All right. This person is asking, okay, Tandika, again, um, you can ask these type of questions, but really you want to identify the block that you're having in finding a job. So you will find a job. It might be somebody else's job. Your question is not specific enough. Will you find a job? You can open the newspaper and see job listings, but you want to find a job. And not only that, you want the right job to find you. So you need to be more specific in your questions. So of course it's going to say, will Tandika find a job soon? Yes. Okay. Is she going to get hired soon? Yes. Okay. So what is causing, now we want to find out what's causing you a block to getting the job. Is it ancestral? Is it on the maternal lineage? Paternal lineage? No. Okay. So it says it's ancestral. So I would sit before my altar with my ancestors and ask about your job. You have to be specific about the job you're looking for, and what kind of job. My pendulum readings are to help identify blocks. They're not like to tell the future. Okay, looks like we have a question there. What can you see in my past life? All right, shadow. Building your empire. Okay, shadow. Shadow is looking to build an empire in 2021 and wants to know something about the past life that might be creating a block to him attracting, having this desire. All right. So something from his past life creating this block. Nope. Is there something in ancestral life? Yes. A lot of times these blocks that we're having are actually not ours. They're like our ancestors' blocks. Like for women, any trauma that women in our bloodline has experienced, it gets stored in our womb. And until we clear it, then we have physical symptoms. Same with these financial blocks, finances, trauma, security and stability is stored in our root chakra. And if we've been traumatized, then that contributes to blocks in our finances. So all of these things is really energetic. Okay, let's see. So is there anything in the ancestral lineage that's contributing? Especially those of us that are have ancestors that were enslaved. We are overcoming tons of obstacles. And one of the viewers, I love all. She's the one that taught me. Thank you, Akela. That attracting abundance is supposed to be easy. It's not as hard as they make it out to be. She taught me that we can just wake up to more money in our bank account and roll over, and we've got more business and clients. And it took me a long time to get to this vibration, but I finally understand, and that's what I'm working on. So Shadow, the music artist, you've got to look at it from that perspective. So let's go back to this. Man, this is a lot of questions. For those of you who are sending all these questions, I would love to work with you. Just send me a message. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. I wasn't expecting so many, and my pendulum readings are kind of thorough. And I'm not asking for anything. If you want to send me some cash apps or whatever, that would be super awesome. I used to charge for these readings, but I've learned that I'm not really here to make money, because money is energy and it's an emotion, and I can't make energy. So anyway, here we go. To Shadow's breakthrough. So is there something from the ancestral lineage contributing to this block? Yes. All right. And is it on the maternal lineage? Ancestral lineage? No. Paternal ancestral lineage? Yes. Okay, so one of your ancestors on your father's side had an experience that's contributing to the block in your finances. It could be trauma. Is this block related to trauma, ancestral trauma, personal trauma? Personal trauma. So it could be ancestral trauma that's contributing to your, your trauma today. Let's just see. One generation back. No. Two generations. Three generations. Four generations. Five generations back. Five generations back, something in the paternal lineage caused you to be having a block right now in your finances, and you said a breakthrough. Will Shadow get a breakthrough in building his empire in 2022? Of course. The question is, what do you need to do and how? So I would recommend speaking to the ancestors and come up, get ask for a straight plan. Like recently, I've been going through a lot with my business as well, and that's when I realized that I'm not here to make money. I'm here to share my gifts, wisdom, and teachings. And I had to completely walk away from the stressing over how my work isn't making money. So that's my breakthrough, is to stop trying to make money. And when I share my gifts, I raise my vibration, I radiate abundance, and I attract what is needed. So anyway, I was talking to my ancestors, and they told me the reason my business has not been working is because I've been trying to run my spiritual practices as a business rather than running a temple that has business, that conducts business. So that's what I'm working on right now. And that's why I'm doing these readings, is because I want to help people. Okay, so I'm going to try one more question. I don't know if that answered your question, Shadow, or helped you at all, but I just want to stress that it's, of course you're going to get a breakthrough, but you have to be really specific in your requests. Like, I want a strategy, or show me how. So I identified there's a block in the ancestral lineage. Yes, letting go. That is definitely an important piece of the puzzle. I think it's letting go of the values of the system that constricts us. Like, we're out here trying to make money, and the system is not designed for people like us to make money and be successful. It's not designed for light workers to make money. The light workers that are successful have left the matrix. They've left the 3D mentality, and they're moving beyond the 3D vibrations. Even the most spiritual people that I know, very successful in what they do, are limited because they're still operating under a 3D model. Like, with all the spirituality that's available, why aren't more people having breakthroughs? Why aren't more people enlightened? It's because we're still holding these 3D standards. So I know I've missed a bunch of questions. Let's see, here's one more. Why is my son always stuck, and will he find a job? Okay, first of all, always stuck. How old is your son? If your son is between the age of 28 and 35, then he's going through his Saturn return. And he's got to find his own spiritual protection and learn how to deal with limitations on his own by counting on the divine, not on the realm. And then, like I said, we're stuck in 3D vibrations. In 5D, it's not about finding a job. It's about, it's trying to fit into the matrix. Maybe he's beyond a job. Maybe he has a gift or a skill or a talent, and he's an entrepreneur and needs to start his own business. Jobs are not for everyone, especially for people coming into the world now, the younger generations, and people, like myself, that have been this way since we were young. It's just now it's more obvious. Jobs are not for everyone. So it might be a blessing that he can't find a job. Maybe he needs his own business. That's just what I would say. But I will go ahead and ask this question. And let me ask this one. Tia. Um, I still can't really read your name, but you see the question. The person who's stuck in life and trying to find a job. Is it in this person's destiny to be an employee and get a job, a dead end job for the rest of his life? That's not a very good question. It's not answering. Okay. Let's ask this question another way. Is this person's son destined to get a job, a 9 to 5 job, and be enslaved for the rest of their life and pay a mortgage and pay taxes? And says no. Is this person a light being, a light worker, has a gift to share and just needs to focus on finding himself and his spirituality, and the way to sustain his life or her life will be revealed? Is this person stuck? No. Is this person trying to break free of the matrix? Trying to live beyond 3D? Right. Okay, see, it's all in perspective. We can't let the system define us or limit us. We have to come up with our own ways of being, our own ways of doing things. That's the reading for today. Okay, so somebody's asking me, what am I doing? I started off with a sound healing analysis, offering global prayer, and now I'm doing pendulum readings, and I'm going to go back to sound healing, and if there's some more time, I will do some more pendulum readings. Okay, here's one where I can't pass this up. Is this person having trauma from past lives? She can't stop stressing and is so sensitive to everything. Okay, I can't read your name, X, but if you could answer this question for me. Are you in your Saturn reach? Oh wow, there's a lot of questions. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions. I could do this all day, I guess, huh? I really hadn't planned on it. Okay. The person that is asking about trauma from past life. Is this person experiencing trauma from her past life? Yes. Okay. Is it one lifetime ago? 2 lifetimes ago? 3 lifetimes? 4? I'm starting it. 1 lifetime ago? 2 lifetimes ago? It says 2 lifetimes ago you experienced some trauma that's contributing to your energy now. So that moves us right into our next sound healing. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I have the tones for Sedna, which deals with trauma. I have the tone for Chiron, which represents Imhotep or Ophiuchus, the 13th constellation. I recommend you reaching out to me. We could do an astrology analysis or more of the sound healing pendulum readings. But we're all experiencing trauma from past lives. Our ancestors' lives, our past lives. And until we release it, we have to identify it. Like right now, identify where one source of trauma is, then we can let it go. Once we can like label it or identify it, it's easier to let go. If you just say, I'm letting go of all my trauma from all my past lives, you know. But when you know, like creation, the image, the symbol of creation that they gave to us is the sun and then the individual rays. And then each one of the rays represents a cosmic force or a god or goddess or a netter. So the same is for us. You know, we can like look at our entire life, or you know, when we're healing, it helps me anyway to I look at the particular area. You know, like finances. Like I have physical health, but I have financial, obstacles. You know, and then sometimes I look at my relationship obstacles, and sometimes I look at my my distractions to my vision obstacles. I don't just always just do everything. So these type of analysis, sound healing readings, astrology readings help you identify particular areas that could be causing the blocks, and then how to address the particular area. Oh, I didn't have my tea. So this transmission is for the person who is experiencing trauma in fifth lifetime ago. That's affecting us today, because it's all of us. It's not just you, it's everyone. And so this transmission to the netters of Ra, we use our creativity, Geb, our groundingness, our connection to the earth, our stability, Ta'ert, the earth's orbit on the axis in one day, our strength, our vitality, our Uja, Imhotep, our self-care, our self-healing. As we heal ourselves, we heal our families. We heal our families, we heal the world. And Sedna, healing from trauma, from past lives, from our ancestors, from our past. And during this transmission, I'm just going to be focusing on Ra and Imhotep, that we are able to create and strategize our own plan, like a map, because we're on a journey to enlightenment. And we each have a boat, that sails across the ocean of consciousness. Like when you see the images of the gods and goddesses, they're in boats, right? So we have boats. So we are creating our map for our healing journey to enlightenment. Sailing on the ocean of consciousness and well-being.
Healing
more than survive, more than stay alive, creating a way to thrive, more than just stay alive, creating a way, healing from our traumas. Just walk away, just step away, just walk away, just step away from the past, just walk away from the past. Never forget the past, just walk away. Never forget the past, just walk away from the past. Dua Capara, Dua Imhotep, Dua Imhotep, Dua Imhotep. All right. Well, looks like some people are still here. Right. 3D life is not for me anymore. I've tried for 30 years to fit in. And I'm with you. I'm tired of that. So we're creating new ways. We're creating ways to attract abundance. No, radiate abundance and attract what we need, what we want. Okay, we've got a few more questions here. And again, I apologize if I did not get to your question. Just send it to me in the inbox or email me or the comments. Just let me know and we can get to your question. I think the transmission on melanated people is going to be ending soon, but we can keep going. Go back a little bit. Okay, so again, the pendulum readings that I do are to identify blocks and find ways to remove them. Here's a question here. Will my job be permanent and when? So that's a 3D question. In the 5D reality, we want to know, do you want this job to be permanent? Okay, if you do, then there's steps you will take to manifest that, because it's up to you. It's up to your consciousness. It's up to what are you willing to do to make the job permanent. Like for me, there's certain things I'm not willing to do. So I have to look at those things and then compare them to the institution that I'm trying to be a part of. And if it's a 3D institution, if you're asking me this question, then it's possible that you're not meant for that job, a 3D job. And if you want it to be permanent, then it's up to you. You write it out, like I have a website, openyourmoneyflow.com, that has tons of ways to manifest abundance and affluence. And when I do the 40-day prosperity plan, it always works. And the issue I have with the plan and my work, because I could do wellness coaching, is marketing doesn't come natural to me. I don't enjoy it. I don't like asking people for money, all those things. And so that it didn't work that way, but it definitely works. And you write out your intentions every day. You repeat them out loud. You make signs. You put them on the wall. It says, I want this job to be permanent today. I want to get a raise today. I want this job to be permanent today. It's up to you. You can decide if you want the job to be permanent and when. Or if you're asking me, I'd say, well, what is it that you like about the job that you want it to be permanent, and then start your own business? I would never say I want your job to be permanent. That goes against everything in me. I want you to be free. I want you to be financially free. I want your root chakra to be so stabilized that you are able to support yourself without having a job. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I know for sure that if you want your job to be permanent, it can be, because it's up to you. But I will go ahead and ask the question. Is this person's job going to become permanent? It says yes. I can only answer yes or no questions. But the reason it's yes is because you want it to be. This type of energy pendulum reading reads your energy. It's not about the future. It's about your energy. So you want the job to be permanent, so it will be. It just depends on, are you willing to do what it takes for it to become permanent? Okay, so I hope you see the difference in the type of pendulum readings that I do. I would say if you want it to be permanent, I would say get an altar, talk to your ancestors, tell the ancestors you want this job to be permanent. You want this job for the rest of your life. There's nothing else you want to be doing for the rest of your life than having this job, which I don't agree. But if that's what you really want, that's what you write it down 10 times a day, 100 times a day. I want this job to be permanent today. You draw a picture of yourself at that job 30 years doing the same job, because you have to be very careful when you make these requests. You literally said you want to have this job for the rest of your life. You want to be working at this job at the moment of your death. And I don't think that's what you really want. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's see. Rhoda, should I start dating this month? Okay, now that question, you want to date a month. Because see, the universe is very specific. You want to date a month. You know someone named a month, or you have a month that you want to date. I mean, it's kind of funny, right? You think I'm being sarcastic, but you have to be very specific in these requests. You want to start dating a human this month? You want to start dating a rock this month? Do you want to start dating this cup of tea that's getting cold? You have to be very specific. I'll give you an example from my life. I prayed for a house in the country. That's what I wanted. I was tired of living in the city. I wanted a house in the country. Bam. The universe gave me a house in the country. It was a 3,400 acre ranch, 3 neighbors, 5-minute drive to the river. It was paradise. However, the road from the highway to my house was so bad I got stuck every single day. And I didn't have a cell phone back then. I literally had to pray that one of my 2 neighbors would come by or the owner would come by. And of course it did, but I wasn't specific. Pray for a house out in the country with a good road. So if you want to start dating again, my pendulum readings are not like most pendulum readings. If you want to start dating again, you have to first get your energy right. Your inner male has to be in love with your inner female, and your inner female has to be in love with your inner male. And you have to be totally harmonized in your heart. Your heart has to be harmonized. Your heart has to be at oneness with your mind. The mind is the brain. The brain is a dual organ. It has 2 aspects. And the brain and the mind is where the ego sits. And our thoughts are always like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Like I do pendulum readings because I can't decide if I want to make apple juice or orange juice. That's how bad it is. But things like this about dating, you want to be so harmonized within yourself that you attract You connect with another being that is so harmonized with themselves. So before you start dating a month or a rock or a shoe or a human or a picture, whatever it is you want to date that's called a month or for a month, you have to be very specific. And you have to know what type of person you want to date. And in order to know what type of person you want to date, you have to be really in tune with yourself. So I recommend that before you start dating, that you know your inner male and your inner female are one, and that they are ready to attract or be with someone who's also, because of course we want someone who is harmonized. We want someone who's enlightened. We want someone who's conscious. We want someone who's spiritual. We want someone who's done the work. But we have to do the work. Otherwise, we're just going to attract somebody who's at the same level of us. And, that's not really what we want. So that's what I have to share today. I don't even remember what time I started. I guess it was around this time. Yeah. So for those of you with more questions, may I ask what's my adverbs? My adverbs. Oh, you mean adjectives? Pronouns? I'm posted on my video. Okay. I'm from another generation where I'm not used to those questions. I am definitely a woman. I'm a goddess. I'm a chantress. I'm an empress. And I definitely am attracted to men. Women are beautiful. Women are very beautiful. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Please tell me my son passed music exam this year. Well, now, again, this pendulum is going to read your energy. And obviously, you and your son want this test to be passed. So, is her son, yeah, it's already, that's what you want. So, it's reading your energy. So, I don't know if I can really answer that question for you the way you want, because it's just going to read your energy. It's only going to, it's going to tell what is the best possible outcome for you, to help you make the choice, to help you make a decision. It's not a prophet. So I'll make a video about it. That's what I'll do. I'll make a TikTok about these so that you can understand more. Alrighty then. I'm going to tune out now because it's time for my morning devotions. I'm so excited about all these questions. And as soon as I can, I'm going to get a better stand for my camera, because I have it plugged into a microphone because I'm doing sound healing, and I want to get the best possible sound. So please, those of you who have a question, somehow get the message to me. I can't follow all of you back, but you can find me on Twitter, Telegram, Pinterest. I have a website, lightbeingwellness.com. Just find me and ask me your question. Okay, thank you. Oh, one more question on the subject of dating. I wrote down, yes, vision boards. And the other one I had is make a picture on a piece of graph paper, and then every time you do your ritual, you color in one of the squares. The subject of dating. You wrote down your dream girl profile, describing her in every way. That is definitely important to do. Yes, you have to be very specific. Okay. You read my question, but you didn't give the answer. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't give the answer. Okay, post your question again, please. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this. Oh. Will I receive positive in your interview results? Will I be in a relationship soon? I'm looking for Ladina. I can't read this very well. I'm sorry. Ah! Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, this is a lot of questions. I do not do tarot card readings, and these are really energy readings. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Should I start dating a new guy this month? Okay, I did give your answer. I gave a very detailed answer. Um. Okay. Oh, you gave it. Okay. Should you start dating a new guy this month? All right. Should she start dating a new guy this month? This reading says no, and I think it's because of all the things I talked about. I said before you start dating that you need to do work on yourself, make sure your inner masculine, inner female is harmonized because you want to attract someone with those same qualities. So it says no. You should do some of that work first. Like Shadow suggested, write down a detailed list of the person you want to attract, and you could even draw pictures of him. But the most important thing is to make sure that you are harmonized spiritually, energetically, that your heart and your mind are harmonized, because otherwise you could attract a narcissist, and we don't want that. We definitely do not want that. If you have any more questions, I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. I really wasn't expecting this. I'll leave more time for this next time. Okay. I had a great time though. Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I in a separate? Am in a separate. I don't know what that means. Family trust fund. Wow. Okay. Like I said, these questions are just about how to make choices, not tell the future. This type of energy reading is how to help you make choices. So I'm going to post a video about it, and then I'll do another energy reading video soon. Okay. Dua, and I'm trying out this combining the astrology with the pendulum readings. I think I'm going to have to split it up because this is just way more questions than I expected. And of course, if you're interested in getting your own personal astrology reading, HeruScopes, you can have the chart, the analysis. You can sign up for a one-on-one consultation. You can also sign up for a cosmic chimes and chanting session. And you can sign up if you're in town for a KemeTones cosmic sound healing session that's in alignment with your astrology reading. You can sign up for energy wealth analysis or the energy flow analysis, which is with the pendulum reading at lightbeingwellness.com. You can find the 40-day prosperity plan at openyourmoneyflow.com. And my current relationship. Okay. Dua Hatap.